Oh boy, I'm trying to see my boys play. Even though we got a limited roster.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that, man, because I've been sitting here. The more and more and more I've been looking at this thing, though, man. I've been trying to figure out, yeah, what this thing gonna be. What these playoffs gonna be hitting for, man. But hey, let's get that music going, though, PM Juice.
All right.
The more and more I've been. Mhm.
The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.
Yep. Oh yeah.
The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.
Yep. Okay, we do. You feeling like that early, huh?
Yeah.
Ace Kennedy, my brother from another mother. What's happening?
Man, I just woke up from a nap, bro.
Hey.
Been that kind of week.
Hey, you know what's funny, man? I did a half day today, right?
Mhm.
And so I did a half day, and then I was just like, you know what? I had one of them old man naps, so where I probably went to sleep, and I wasn't even concerned about what time I was gonna wake up. I was like, you know what? As long as I wake up before the pod, I'm good.
See, that's the thing. I laid down at 4:30. So I got to start setting up at least by 5:15. I ain't gonna I break down my studio every time we do it. So
I do, but I guess I don't have to go through as much as you do. Seeing
right.
that
I got I change out my sign every time. I got kids. Like, I'm not saying you ain't got kids, but with an S on it.
Hey, well, listen. I think that what's funny is that it took Landon coming to tell me that he was going outside in order for me to realize about what time it was, because he's done with school like right at about 3:00 now. So he hits me, and I'm thinking like if he soon as they done, he got already on the little chat with the squad. They trying to go on outside, bro. And just as soon as I was like, all right, subconsciously I'm thinking like it got to be about 3-ish. So yeah, man, I was knocking out like that though, boy.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey man, I've been still, you know what, this I meant to tell you though, bro. I've been seeing still a lot of people that are going in on the girl Kamala Harris since the boy Javante Biden didn't announce that he want to have her as the vice president. But here's one of the things that I think that the interesting thing that I've been kind of seeing is that, that the boy Javante is, 78 years old, right? So and we were kind of talking about it before, like, he getting up there in age, what happened if he don't quite make it there? And then you got the possibility, of Kamala actually saying if he can't fulfill his duties, then if he had to pass that on to her, it's like you got her then as the first female president potentially if that happened though, right? But I think that it's a lot of things. I've been mainly surprised at the backlash from a lot of the folks in the Black community. Like, I'm like, what are we talking about here, though, man? When it comes to this girl, though, man, I know that people are entitled to say and feel whatever. That's the beauty about being in this country. But I am surprised, not to say that everybody should just be behind her, but I am a bit surprised, though, man, of all the backlash specifically coming from the Black community here, and I guess my only reasoning for that is that if it was any other thing, or any other person, that's one thing, but position, it'd be one thing, right? But I guess I just think that there aren't very many times where people of color are being put into those high level positions like that. And the same way how, when Barack Obama was, president, I'm sure he had some things that people had to say about him. And then especially when he had the second term and he was like, oh, Barack Obama hasn't done anything for black people. What has he done? Like, people are going to always have something to say. I was surprised then. I mean, I guess for the same reason, I'm kind of surprised now, though, bro.
I'm not surprised at all. That's I mean, she was a Democratic nominee, so she didn't get the nod. So a lot of people don't necessarily rock with her views. So I mean, at the same token, I can understand their concern because I'm not trying to think ahead to the demise of Biden, but at the same time, if you wasn't rocking with her as a presidential nominee, why would you then be turning around and trying to rock with her as VP? And the thing is that some people honestly don't agree with her views and some of the things that she did when she was a prosecutor. So I kind of understand where it's coming from. And it's also one of those things too, like, while there's only really two options, a lot of people don't feel like, yo, it's a guaranteed thing that you did this. Some people feel like, yo, you only did that because you want the black vote. So there's a lot of concern when it comes to Kamala Harris and that whole regime. A lot of people don't feel like Joe Biden is very visual right now, which, you know what I'm saying? He's been quarantining and trying to maintain safety. So it's a lot of things that they disagree with his campaign as of right now. And unfortunately, 45 is just out there hanging himself because he's, doing his 45 thing.
I saw, bro, that and you and I try as much as possible to stay away from the political. So we have our conversations offline and everything like that. But I do find it interesting, though, man, that he had recently was concerned about mail-in voting. And, he mentioned that, it's like the one thing I think that's crazy to me, right, is politicians prey, and this is probably better words can be said, but it's like politicians prey on blind loyalty, right? And there are certain buzzwords that you can say that I think that they typically look for, the blind loyalty behind. I think that one of the things that's funny is that I think that oddly enough, I think that 45 does an excellent job at knowing what are those buzzworthy words, those things that his people look for, right? So I saw that when he was talking about, it's kind of what I think the boy Jovante meant when he was basically saying like, hey, you ain't black if you don't know about voting for me over Donald Trump, basically, though, right? But yeah. I think that what's funny about it is that that 45 said when it came to mail-in voting that he was specific, right, in saying, hey, you know what? That just allows interruption by China, by Russia, by all of these other things. And I thought that it's interesting. His choice of the countries that he picked were the ones that we typically would be at odds with and everything like that, though, man. But it's a buzzword, right? And as long as you associate China, especially with it, then it's almost like his followers, his supporters kind of get behind it, though, man. But it's amazing to me, though, man, how it's what I think the boy Jovante meant when he said, oh, you know what, Black Americans aren't very diverse in their political beliefs, basically. And I know what he was trying to say, and it's for the most part, Black people just tend to just vote democratically. Let me ask you, do you got a preference? Like I'm assuming that just because you may have voted, I assume here that you voted democratically, but I don't assume that you're a Democrat.
I'm not necessarily Republican or Democrat. I just look at what views similarly line up with mine, not necessarily all the way, but I also look at the person as well. But recently, the Republicans just haven't shown me anybody that I'm just like, yo, I got to get him. You know what I'm saying? So, right. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I wasn't voting against Barack Obama. I was ready to get out of the bushes, and now I'm ready to get out of the 45 space. So,
yeah. I think that's the wild part about it, though, bro, is that in theory, I mean, I think that I probably agree with almost more Republican concepts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at, like, if you put it on paper and you said, hey, these are ideologies that are from one party versus the other, I'm probably more inclined to say, all right, I'm probably somewhere there's gray area, but I'm more on one side. I'm with you. I cannot. The representation is what I'm missed on as an adult anyway, you know, because you think you and I, though, we've only had the opportunity. No, you and I have only had the opportunity to vote in what, 3 elections now?
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? Because we kind of inherited Bush Jr. No, did you vote for? We didn't vote for the Clintons. Clinton. That was we were in high school, so we wasn't 18.
Yeah, that was like 9-7, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we kind of inherited Clinton, but Bush kind of inherited, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember voting. Oh, you know what? I do remember voting for Al Gore in that Bush Gore election. I think it was it.
Bro, don't give me the line. I mean, bro, you figure.
But I think that there's only been, I mean, but since Clinton, there's only been 3 presidents, right? So I think that of those 3 presidencies, we've only, you know, voted in, you know, maybe we've had 4 opportunities possibly to vote for them, though. And I think that even then, even in those times with the Barack doing 8, Bush doing 8, you know what I'm saying? That's 16. Now that we got 20. So in 20 years, right, of voting, I don't think that I've seen a Republican candidate that I would be like, yo, I'd get behind what he's saying. It feels like there's like this ulterior motive when it comes to whoever's their guy, basically, though. So I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout out to the homegirl, Miss Kennedy, checking in on over here. I'm pretty sure I saw that pink and green because the girl Kamala Harris is an AKA. And shout out to the homegirl, Brittany Rowe, checking in as always. Love that. Hey, man, I saw that over. Oh, wait a minute. Stop. Best thing you've seen all week.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm taking that back. I do, guys. So the best thing I saw all week was the fact that the video on my side is complete, bro. Video's done.
Okay.
So I was pretty excited to see that. Now I'm sorry that nobody else got to see that, but obviously my big news from Tuesday about the playoffs, that was another big thing for me. But other than that, bro, I'm telling you, this week has just been like, man, I can't wait for this weekend. But get excited for this weekend just means it's closer to next week. So, but the boy Deuce got some games tomorrow, so can't wait for the Prince to get on the floor.
Hey, bro.
What up?
I am for me. You said videos. I am going to go ahead and officially go ahead and we wanted to debut it here, and I think that we just kind of ran into the technical challenges of actually doing sharing the whole video. So at a minimum, unless you can figure that out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure it out.
At a minimum, if we can play it by the end of the video, I'm gonna go ahead and put that on now. But at a minimum, I'm putting it out after the show. At a minimum, I'm just gonna go ahead and upload the whole thing, IGTV. It's already right now published on YouTube, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there on Facebook as well. Probably right after the show. And if we can go ahead and formally get everything caught to speed here, I'll go ahead and do it. But aside from that, now let me talk about that for a second, because there's some things that these people got to know about this, man, about the video, right? So let me preface it by saying this.
Yeah, it's still doing the same thing on my end, bro. So
all right, well, let's talk about this for a second, though. We said video, so I shot this video. I mentioned when I put the preview out there that I wanted this video to feel like 19. So let me take a step back. The Bel Air 2, people. This masterpiece of an album that your boy been working on. If you've been following me music wise, right? So I've had the Bel Air was my original project, and this one is called the Bel Air 2. Now we did a similar breakdown of albums when we did it for the homie Ace, probably a month or so ago. And we'll do the same thing for my project as well. But the Bel Air 2 it's the Bel Air Tour series. I want it to be almost like how, you know, Jay-Z had the Blueprint 1, 2, 3. Wayne had the Carters 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's a full, you know, series basically. The Bel Air Tour is called Live from 1999. Live from 1999. So in 1999, I had just got my apartment. Me and the homeboy Mel, we was holding it down out there in Willow. And then shortly after, we had the spot, the homie Randy wound up moving in with us. So 1999 was probably a very monumental year within my entire lifetime. It was probably one of the years where, you know, a lot of things happened for me and everything like that is in terms of defining what I would look to do and everything like that in the future. So it's funny because in 1999, this at the end of 1999, I had bought a Ford Tempo, 1984 Ford Tempo. This thing was like this ashy blue color. I was going to CTC at the time, and probably the end of the year is when I bought the car. And we was working at West at the time, right? And it would be so hot. I didn't have air conditioner in the Tempo, and I don't know why. I just never got it fixed. Basically, it didn't have a radio system in it, and so me and the homies, we would be mobbing through Killeen, and because we didn't have any music, we would just freestyle from the time we hopped in the car. We riding all the way to work. Only thing we would do is freestyle all the way back. We go to work, swing back on the way home from Jack in the Box after work. Order everything 99 cents in the menu that they had on the menu. Come back freestyling, woofing down Jack in the Box or Wendy's all the way back home. So this particular video, I wanted it to have that feel where it was right around the time that I started getting into screwed up music, Swisher House music mainly. And this starting to really take off. I think by then only Chop 'Em Up 3 had came on out. And so I wanted this album, that video to feel like a freestyle session in the car, like we was freestyling an old Swisher House style, though, man. So I'm super, super, super duper excited about how the video turned out. It came out looking like exactly how I wanted it to. In fact, shout out to the boy Ace for making that appearance in the video. I'm gonna have to write his label a check for his appearance fee in the video. Shout out to the homeboy Courtney Davis. We also shout out to the homie Courtney also, who's in the video, who helped me shoot the video, and then I ended up doing the editing for it and all that other stuff though. So when we say Slash Brothers, we basically mean Slash everything. We write, we produce, we rap, he sings, he played the drum, but we Slash videography and video work as well. So this is all in-house though, man. So that's the reason why I'm especially proud of it though.
Yeah, man. I tried a couple of different mediums and definitely having some issues with that. So you'll have to take a look at that before you release that. But at the same time, nonetheless.
Second best thing that I've seen all week long, bro. I saw the preview of the Saved by the Bell reboot. Like, I've been waiting to tell you about this all week long, bro. So on Peacock, the little app for NBC, they're doing a reboot of Saved by the Bell. I think that for the most part, I think they got a lot of the original. So Slater's in it, Jesse's in it. I think Zach Morris is in it. All of the original. I don't know if Screech is in it. What's funny about it though is that they on the preview video that I saw, they kind of did almost like a throwback to where the girl, one of the girls was talking like she was a super duper tired or whatever. She needed like a little boost. And so this boy, who looks like he's their version of Zach Morris, had these bottles of pills. And he was like, I think I got something that could help you. So you see Jesse steps in and is like, don't do it. If these is caffeine pills, I can already tell you what it's going to do. It's going to have you going, and it's going to have you so excited, and then it's going to have you come down, and you're going to end up missing your chance for your group to sign a record deal and blah, 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 blah. And it's hilarious, though, bro. And it's just a little ode to the so excited video when she was on the caffeine pills, though, bro. Yeah. But I was super duper hyped because I love that, like, now Slater's like the football coach, and Jesse's the teacher, and it's dope, bro. It looks
Zach is supposed to be the mayor, right?
What's up?
Zach's supposed to be the mayor, right?
I don't know. So I've always I heard that it was coming. I didn't know what the backdrops are, and I can only assume from that preview about those two about what their roles are, though, bro.
Did you see that? Did you see the Will Smith, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
So I saw that, like, bro, I saw that like last year, and I thought that it was going to be I thought it was a real thing. Basically, I didn't know that somebody just said, nah, this wasn't it. But I did see that Will was interested in it, but I thought it was dope. Bel-Air.
He ended up picking it up.
Yeah.
Produce it, and then they're gonna go forward with it, because it was just like a pilot that they shot, and he really enjoyed it. So yeah, he's on board. It's gonna give it that dramatic effect of what the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was. So
yeah, I'm curious about the what will it be? Will it be a new series? Will it be a new movie? That's what I want to know.
I'm thinking it's going to be a series, and it's going to be a series. So obviously they're probably looking for a streaming service to pick it up.
Yeah,
so that they could do different seasons, and it be, especially it's going for the dramatic effect. So it's kind of how they did MTV when they picked up Teen Wolf. It was not like the Teen Wolf we grew up on. So
right. Yeah. Hey man,
what's up?
I saw your boy Robert R. Kelly, people. Then okay, so when they did this preview, a premiere of the Surviving R. Kelly series that was on Netflix.
Yeah.
Right. So there was this talk that R. Kelly's old manager was threatening to shoot up the whole club, or shoot up the theater, basically, though, man. Like, he was like, for all these people who were there at the premiere, he was talking about shooting that thing up, clapping the whole spot up, though, man. So I saw here recently, though, bro, that the manager was arrested for, making those kind of threats. But then even on side of that, some of R. Kelly's handlers or whoever his other people were recently charged for trying to do witness intimidation and witness tampering and all this other stuff, though, man. Like, bro, like if he really was innocent, why would your peoples be doing this, though, bro?
Because it's defamation of character, man. Like, I understand what you're saying, but the court of public opinion has already made him guilty without a fair trial. So the thing is that, like, that's the thing. How you even talking, you brought up the Common thing with the old girl. It's kind of the same thing. Like, what is Common supposed to do? If he's innocent, should he just be quiet? Or does he take this public slang while she continues to, say different things about him? What is he supposed to do? You don't know how to handle it. Now, I don't agree with the violence part of it and even threats, but at the same time, R. Kelly can't do nothing. He's behind bars. He can't defend his name. So there has to be somebody, if there are supporters or whatever the case may be, there's got to be somebody speaking up for him. But it doesn't look good because, again, the court of public opinion, he's already guilty.
Yeah, I think that what makes it weird, though, right, is that it would be one thing if they were coming out and they were just speaking on his behalf. I think that it's another, the fact that they're threatening, basically, that they're basically out here like, nah, we gonna go ahead and put these paws on you, and it's mainly women, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like they're threatening men. Not that women are defenseless, but I think that it's just interesting, though, bro, that the tactics that they're going. And I think that now, though, right, what does that do? That when your manager, your person who is your champion of saying, no, you're innocent, now they're in jail as well. So it's like, who you got on the outside that's going to be trying to hold you down?
That's the thing, though. R. Kelly had a bunch of people on the payroll, too. So you got to think that these people aren't getting paid anymore. And the fact that they used to work with R. Kelly, people don't even want to deal with him because they feel like they was complicit in what he was doing. So it's a lose-lose situation for these guys. Because so inevitably, his career being over is also their career being over. What are they supposed to do? So they're kind of in a rock and a hard place.
Yo, I saw that they said that he had like a secret bank account of like $1.5 million stashed away from somewhere, which would make sense. But I'm just sitting here thinking like, man, for somebody who's been locked up now, it's been going on like a year, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, he's been making some headlines. Like, you would like to think that he dropping some antics and dropping some new music because, you know, at first they was talking about him wanting to get released because he didn't want to catch COVID in prison. And then now he still got, I mean, he's made separate headlines. I'm thinking like, bro, that he got more buzz going on from his from not having a project than I have, though. Is that what I got to do? Go to jail, bro?
Well, here's the thing. I understand that from the standpoint of him asking for his release, because Snitch 9 got out off of COVID.
Harvey Weinstein, didn't he get moved?
I don't know. But what's his name? Dipset. What's my boy name?
Santana.
Yeah, he got out for it. So
Santana got out on an earlier release where he had already served.
He did. It was because of COVID, though. That's why they gave him less time because of like they're trying as much.
Robert R. Kelly, though, bro. R. Kelly didn't got he gonna be charged with some years, though, bro. Like you ain't gonna get out after them kind of charges, though.
It ain't like you gonna be a flight risk or nothing like that. At the same time,
how? If he got $1 million, if he got $1.5 million stashed away, wouldn't that also make him a likely flight risk?
You got to put him on house arrest or something like that. Like you got to monitor him, bro. I mean, thing is, it ain't like they just finna be letting him out free. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be on some type of monitoring system. He got to check in. Like R. Kelly don't have as much money as people think, and I don't know about that stash that everybody talking about, but there was there was people that had to put up GoFundMe's to get him out the first time. So I just don't see it.
I don't know, bro, Ham. I think that it is crazy, man. Yeah, speaking of money, stash money, man. The homie Nick Cannon. So I thought that it was crazy because we posted it on the Slash Brothers page probably like earlier this week that Nick Cannon was supposed to be suing Viacom basically for $1.5 billion. And then I saw just earlier today that the boy was like, nah, that wasn't true. But
I heard Charlamagne say that wasn't true.
Here's what I think is interesting, though, man, right? Like, really, though, bro. I know that Nick Cannon they said that Nick Cannon had sold the rights to the show to Viacom, right? Mm-hmm. So what I'm wondering, though, is that if the value, if in theory, if he was suing them for $1.5 billion, and that's what the show was valued at, right? How much did Nick Cannon sell it to them for? And Nick Cannon, like, for all that people would say about Nick Cannon, like I'm a big fan of Nick Cannon, the person. I'm a big fan of Nick Cannon, the businessman, right? I'm not talking about Nick Cannon, the actor, which, to be quite honest, I mean, I've seen every Nick Cannon movie, right? And it's somebody that I check for. But I'm just like, for all that people try to say about him not having talent, if he has a show that's worth $1.5 billion, bro, like put some respect on that man's name, bro. Like what are we talking about here?
Well, clearly anybody that said that don't know nothing about anything. So that's not even a valid point worth conversating. But at the same token, I don't think he sold it anywhere in the billions because you remember at one time Wild 'N Out was gonna get canceled. So
yeah,
it just grew into an empire here recently. So yeah, it's definitely worth it.
Now, I think that this is what I look at, though, man. Now, you'd be hard pressed to tell me somebody who has provided a bigger platform for hip hop than Nick Cannon. Like, you think about like in the time that Nick Cannon's been doing that, it's almost like you look at it like the not the advent, but since Wild 'N Out was on Instagram, bigger, Twitter, bigger now. You know, so those are platforms. Tidal didn't necessarily exist the way it does now. There's so many things that have came on after that. And so when I'm looking at that, though, man, it's just like, I just thought that really for hip hop in particular, and then even in terms of Black culture, like how many more people are putting on more than Nick Cannon has, though, bro? Like that's the reason why I defend Nick Cannon probably more, because I'm like, yeah, I got a problem with Nick Cannon getting attacked by anybody, because I just defend, not necessarily, I defend what he's done, right? That means something to me as a hip hop head, though, bro.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, he's basically the new Keenan Ivory Wayans. I mean, he has put on a lot of people. Like a lot of people are supporting the 85 South show. A lot of people are supporting, a lot of those comedians that have come out of that camp. I mean, Cat Williams blew up off of there. You know what I'm saying? Like he's put on a lot of people, like you said, and it's basically that same Keenan Ivory Wayans effect that he had in the industry.
Yeah. I like I said, I think that if he did sue them, right? If all that he was doing was saying, let me just get my money back for whatever I sold, you can have this back. Give me all the rights back to my show. I still would love to see that boy just get his bread back, get his show back, and keep his show and do it bigger on because Revolt for all with all things considered, Revolt doesn't have a show as big as Wild 'N Out. So I think that it would, yeah.
And they wouldn't be able to pay him like that either. But at least he would have the platform and he could grow it, and then would in turn help grow Revolt. So they would do some sort of partnership. You know, where he would definitely get percentage points on a lot of stuff. It could open a lot of doors, especially
because I would love to see that, bro.
Yeah. The other thing too, you don't want to see Wild 'N Out without Nick. It would be like the Chappelle show when Chappelle wasn't there. Like you watched it, but did you really enjoy it like that? Like it wasn't the same. So that's really what it's gonna turn out to be.
Yeah, I would love to see that happen though, man. But you know, he's still kind of going back and forth and dealing with the whole ramifications from from his speech and topic, whatever he was trying to say. I get, stop playing with Nick Cannon, man. Like, y'all need to get up off of that boy and get that man his stuff back, bro. Get that man. But more than anything, no, man, get the boy his props, though, bro. Stop, like, y'all need to protect Nick Cannon, bro.
That's right. And that's the thing, man. People love to kick people when they down, because when Nick was out here doing stuff, he was having sold out Wild 'N Out shows on the road. So, and then now all of a sudden people got something to say. Like, you can't make no mistakes in the industry. And that's just unfortunate that, you can slip up and say something wild, but as long as you educating yourself and then, acknowledging your flaws, there's nothing wrong with growth.
Let me ask you something, bro. That is a boy. You were on it with these segues here. You don't even realize it. Speaking of coming out in education.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones finally came out and said something, though, bro, and addressed, in a Zoom call, media, whatever, right? And one of the things that came up in this conversation was, what is his stance on players taking a stance or kneeling for the national anthem now, right? And it sounds like he's kind of back, because when Cap was kneeling and everything like that, and when the players were subsequently kneeling, he was like, no, every Dallas Cowboy will go ahead and they will be, helmet, hands on the heart, whatever, but they will stand as a Dallas Cowboy, right? And all these cowardly Cowboy players and fans who was riding with them boys back then, they was okay with it. So now, fast forward, that people seem to be more accepting of it. I saw the Jerry Jones kind of get out here and spew a bunch of stuff that he was not committed to one way or the other, though, bro.
What did he say?
He got out there and was talking about, times are different than, 2017 or whenever, right? The climate is different. When I'm just looking at him and I'm just thinking like, no, it's not. It's the exact same thing, right? But I think that what I gather from him, he said, yeah, I've talked to 45, about this and got his input on there. And I'm like, Jerry, my thing though is this, bro. You will be hard pressed to find a time that you can that Jerry Jones does not want to speak to media about something. You stick a camera and a microphone in front of him, he'll give you all the bites that a newspaper won't. He loves to talk. And then here it is now. You go and you're not committed one way or the other. And your boy Dak Prescott was just like, yeah, he just don't know. He don't know. You know what I'm saying? Dak was like, he's been rich for so long that he don't know. I was like, you know what, bro? Like Jerry Jones, you need to go ahead and if you was on your quarter of a $1 billion boat, bro, you could have saved this and stayed back in your boat and hiding out here, though, bro. I was so disappointed, man.
He ain't have to say nothing at all.
Listen, if that's what you got to say, go somewhere though, bro. And that's the thing. No. That's the thing that got me the most is when I'm hearing it. He was almost like trying to still be PC about it, but PC from the standpoint of he basically made it clear when he brought up Donald Trump where he stood, but it almost seemed like he didn't want to disappoint Trump as well. So I was like, dude, why do you
everybody trying to protect them relationships, bro?
Yes, and my thing is that my thing that I wonder, right, is what does Jerry Jones get out of that relationship? Like I understand that 45 would say, I got somebody contributing
tax
to
breaks, bro.
But those tax breaks are what they are, right? Texas is no income, no state income tax. You got different deductions and everything like that within, like how the Oklahoma City council congressman was like, we'll look into y'all's exemptions or whatever. But those are local things, right? So
you seen that we kneeled anyway.
I love that though, man. I thought he was a whole clown for that. But I am curious. Oh yeah,
I was gonna light him up.
I just wonder why exactly are these owners? Because I understand, like, all right, all these owners are billionaires, so they're in this exclusive. Maybe it's just we got unwritten billionaires men club that we just follow and we support it. I get that. Listen, bro. And on some level, I don't know that I would act differently. You think about this though, right? What if me, you, Mark, who's already on the comments, Brittany, we got Miss Kennedy, all of us, we were just billionaires and we was cool, right? At some point though, right, I'd ride for you that same way. So I'm trying to think maybe that's what he's doing. Like, no, this is my partner. Like, we
but at
good.
the same time, would you though? Because you got all that money, like.
You don't have to, right? You got enough money but that's where when people say, when you get that kind of real money, it makes you more of the person because he has enough money to where Jerry Jones, you think about this though, man. If Jerry Jones actually came out and said, no, we for Black Lives Matter. I support Black Lives Matter. And this is whatever. If Jerry Jones came out and doubled down on that 10 toes down and said, no, what? No, we good here. I think that the whole NFL, because the Cowboys, for some reason, are still the most valued sports franchise, I think that all other owners would fall suit with it, though, man. But I think it's just crazy to me, though, man, that like he was ready to get rid of Roger Goodell because Roger Goodell suspended Ezekiel Elliott, right? And so it's like, yeah, I get that you might say, well, you're not racist, right? But these are people who they're the players on your team. They can do something for you. Yeah, so it's I don't know, bro.
Bro, speaking of interviews and Zoom calls from boats, did you happen to see the boy Urban Meyer's interview on one of the sports channels?
No.
Charlie, listen. I don't know what's going on, Vixen. I don't know what was going on, but there was this naked dude standing in the back while they was doing this interview, and you just see Urban Meyer trying to get the dude like while it was, bro. It was a
no way.
So I'm assuming that.
Wait a minute, bro. You got me. I'm gonna have to pull this up.
Yeah, you got to pull it up. I'm assuming. Just put up awkward Urban Meyer interview. I'm assuming they were on a boat and they was probably having some sort of boat party or something like that. And they were happen to do an interview. Of course, all the a lot of football programs are shutting it down for the year. And so he was commenting on stuff, and bro, it was hilarious, bro.
Hold on, was he? No, he wasn't. He was shirtless. He wasn't butt naked though, bro.
I didn't say butt naked. I said he was naked, shirtless. Oh. But it just, if you seen the interview though, it just was weird. Like you watch it.
Gosh, hold on.
You had to see him talking and stuff too. Yeah, see that thing stuck, bro. I told you.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, and it did that on my phone too. But yeah, very, very interesting little Urban Meyer thing, bro. I couldn't believe it. But like I said, I'm assuming that it had to be from when it was uh I'm assuming it had to be from a party and they would just caught him at that time. So
Oh my gosh, no, I didn't see that though, man.
yeah, I'll send it over to you.
Oh Lord. Hey man, the playoffs, they kicking off here real soon though, bro. Matchup wise though, man, I saw that the Rockets playing against them Thunder Boys.
That's right.
Hey, listen.
CP3 about to get busy. See, the narrative is going to be about Russell Westbrook defeating his old team. Can Russ make it out the first round? But the thing is Russ is not even going to be around for a little while due to his strained quad. And of course, we got Lou Dort that's hurt right now. So
I don't even know who that is, bro.
You don't know who Dort is, bro? I thought you was a Thunder fan, bro. You tripping?
I'm still fairly new to being a Thunder fan.
Like
4 years old, bro.
Okay,
I've been a Thunder fan for like 4 years, but I don't know who he is.
You don't know your own players.
I've been a Thunder fan more so since KD left, oddly enough. But to know the season before, you know me though, man. I like players more than I like teams.
Okay, so
but Oklahoma is the team that I root for. But I got to be honest, I loosely now root the Hawks, and I couldn't name but maybe 3 people on their roster, bro.
I only know Trae Young. That's it, and he's from Oklahoma. So
no, they got John Collins on there, who's probably he raw. But anywho, though, man, no. But I don't even. But is the cat who you talking about? Is he plays significant minutes or something?
Yes, he does. He was a two-way player. He played for the Oklahoma Blue, and they ended up signing him. And yo, that dude is the truth, man. They got the Lutain clan following him.
Really?
Yeah, man. He be out there wearing them Hardens. He got better. Listen, his colorways of Hardens is better than Hardens, bro. Like, me and dudes be like, dang, where did he get that color from? Because Harden ain't never wore it.
Oh my god.
Him and Gallo be wearing them Hardens like they theirs, bro. Adams and Gallo, they be all out there wearing them Hardens, but they be wearing the Thunder color Hardens and stuff like that.
Let me ask you this, though, bro. What are you expecting to happen?
To be honest, I expect the Thunder in the Western Conference Finals. I'm not saying they're going to win the whole thing, but I expect them to be in the Western Conference Finals. Here's the thing. I feel like if Russell's going to be out at least 3 games or even 2, I feel like we can get 3 off the cuff. They'll come back and win 4, and we will then take the 5th game. And then Portland, hopefully either Portland or Memphis. See, if Portland plays LA, then we got a chance to beat whoever comes out of that series. If Memphis plays LA, I think LA will beat Memphis, and then we would kind of struggle with LA. But I think if Portland plays LA, we'll beat whoever comes out of that series, because that's gonna be a harder series. It might go 6, just because it's LeBron. I'm not gonna count LeBron out in the playoffs, but at the same time, I'm definitely not counting Dame out. Not with the opportunity that he's been having, regardless of how he's been playing with whoever he's playing against. I still don't count him out, because obviously I think McCullough is going to come out of his back issues that he's having. Yeah. So if that's the case, then I think the Thunder can make it past either LA or Portland. But if they playing against Memphis, especially if Memphis somehow beats LA and then plays the Thunder, we might have a problem, because for some reason we just match up very wrongly against Memphis, and they seem to have our number. But if it goes the way it's supposed to, the Thunder should beat Houston. The Thunder should beat whoever comes out of the Portland LA series. That's my take.
I think, okay, here's what I think, bro. This is what I wonder, right? If you okay, let's just talk about let's just say y'all are in that pool. So let's say that y'all play. I honestly believe that Oklahoma City can beat the Blazers. So let's say some people are picking the Blazers to upset the Lakers. And to be quite honest with you, I think it's so up in the air that I don't put it past. It's hard for me to say who's going to beat who or who. It's harder for me now to make a prediction based off of a couple of things. I just didn't anticipate the Lakers looking so bad. Right. So how does everybody look good? Like everybody got better except you. You know what I'm saying? It's
Here's
like
the thing. So that's why I think if Portland plays them right. See, Portland's been playing at a high level since they got there. They have been trying to get ready to stay trying to be ready. The Lakers are still trying to get ready. And so the thing is that for the Blazers, they're already in playoff mode. Every game is the most important game to them. The Lakers are getting ready to turn that switch on. So for me, you got a team that hungry, and then you got a team who is just, I'm supposed to be here. Nah, I'm taking Dame, bro. And like I said, even if Dame doesn't win, they're gonna beat up the Lakers enough to where I think we can give them problems.
So here's what I think, bro. Okay, so hypothetically, if Portland beats the Lakers, right? Where it would who I would pick to win. Like, okay, if hypothetically, right? If I don't think that Portland is going to take them I can't sit there and see LeBron losing 7 in a 7-game series. But if that happened, it's going to go in 7 games, right? So then I just think that Portland, for what I've seen from them in the past, I just think that they may be exhausted after that. So then after them playing the Lakers for 7 games, if Oklahoma beats the Rockets in 6 games, right? Let's say they beat them in 6 games. I just think that Portland would be so exhausted over the feat of beating the number 1 seed that they would feel accomplished, and I can see them falling off. Like I've seen them stumble in the past.
But I think this is a different group. Like, number 1, Dame is not going to get tired. Dame is not going to lose focus. Like,
I'm not even concerned about Dame. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm more so concerned about CJ McCollum, because here's the thing.
But he's already got back issues. That's why.
I'm like, even if he was 1,000%, in every game that I've seen Dame struggle, I also see CJ McCollum struggle. It's never been where, when it counts anyway, I've never seen, like, if Dame scores 22, CJ McCollum will go score 21. Well, like, I need to see CJ McCollum when it counts. This is the way I look at it, though, Ace. I just think that at the end of the day, your starters, your 2 best players in the playoffs, need to average 30. And I just haven't seen them do that. And that's the concern that I have with Oklahoma, is who's going to average 30 for them for an entire series.
Well, Dame is going to give you 40. And the thing is, if Melo can because Melo's been consistently putting in about 20. So who's going to be the catalyst if Dame can maintain his 40 a night? And then if Melo can give you 15 to 20, even 18, Nurkic is going to be the catalyst.
But what is so you saying even if CJ McCollum give you just 20?
No, sir, I think anything CJ McCollum gets you is going to be a bonus, because
so this is what's funny. So when we talk, and when you always tell me about, when we always talk about the Bucks, and when I tell you that the difference between the Bucks is who's going to be the extra guy to give you 20 something points, average 20. I just think that your 2 best players got to give you as close to 30 as possible, right? So Giannis will give you the 30, but Chris Middleton doesn't always give you the close to 30.
Right.
So
I understand that.
But what I'm saying also is that their 3rd player, who Eric Bledsoe, it makes sense. You always say Wesley Matthews, but Eric Bledsoe is the one that needs to give you at least 20. So when it comes to Portland,
bro, Bledsoe or Matthews ain't been in the bubble either.
listen, either way, what I'm saying though, right, is that when it comes to Portland, I know that Dame can give you 30 a game. And I just think that CJ McCollum, hey, he can't. Like if you're saying, well, if he can give you 20, that's icing. I think they're gonna lose.
I'm being realistic about the things that I've seen since he's been in the bubble because he's hurt. The thing is that I honestly think McCullough can give you a consistent even 25 a game. But the problem is he's been in a shooting slump. He like games 1 and 2, he was okay, but then like 3 and 4 or whatever, somewhere in there, he kind of fell off. But at the same time, like I said, I'm more concerned about Melo getting hot than anything because this is the thing. Melo knows, it's no guarantee I was supposed to even be in the playoffs, let alone be in the NBA. But now I'm in the playoffs. Like, I just think we're going to see a different Melo. Like, Melo's another one of those people that's from that era of LeBron that I think he's going to get. If he can give you 20 a night, bro, if Melo can give you 20 a night, like, I'm digging it, bro. And you talking about Dame giving you at least 40.
Melo's the icing on the cake. That's the thing. I think that's where I think we look at it differently because to me, Melo is the icing on the cake. Whatever Melo can.
I'm not looking at it differently from you. I 100% agree that it should be McCullough. I'm saying the dude is hurt. So I'm saying I understand what you're saying, but the thing is, he's in the playoffs. He's not going to not play. So
I don't want to hear that. If that's I get what you're saying, but my thing is that if that's your logic that tells who's going to win, then I pick that Portland will lose. Then Portland is not going to beat the Lakers. Well, I mean, if you're saying if you're giving them the pass,
no, I'm not giving them the pass. I'm giving the truth. The thing is, the last 2 games, McCullough didn't score that much. Melo did. So the thing was that I'm going off what's happening, not what I want to happen. What I want to happen is I want everybody to be at full strength. But what has happened.
Now that I'm thinking about it, bro, the more and more I think about it, I'm going to tell you this, bro. I know that he might be hurt, whatever. He played the whole game yesterday. If CJ McCollum, listen, if CJ McCollum, I'm because he hurt, I'm going to even give him a little fluff. If he doesn't average 25 every single game, right, they done. They won't win. I'm going to give it, I would usually say 30,
bro, right? You're saying that, right? But what I'm saying is the last game, Melo had 23. Dame had 50. McCullough didn't score like that. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, at the same time, this is the playoffs, so everybody got to step up. So the thing is that I don't care what your roles were in the regular season or whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, you in the playoffs, you got to do what you got to do. So the thing is that they've shown that the capability of either one of those two getting hot, that they can win. At the same time, what I'm saying is Dame needs another person. So I don't care if it's McCullough, I don't care if it's Melo. I say the catalyst is Nurkic. Because I think he can give he gonna give whoever, because Anthony Davis ain't gonna guard him. He ain't gonna guard him. They're gonna put JaVale McGee down there. They're gonna put
Anthony Davis is gonna guard him, bro.
No, he ain't. Anthony Davis ain't built for that.
Anthony Davis is just probably gonna be the defensive player of the year, bro.
I don't care what he gonna be. He ain't gonna show up in the playoffs.
He's gonna. You put this though, bro. Nurkic isn't like that. He ain't got that kind of sauce that where Anthony Davis. He can't guard Anthony. Nobody, listen, bro. Nobody can guard Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis
is not going to post up nobody. He's not. He thinks he is a guard. That's what his thought process is.
Nah, listen, Ace. There is you in terms of post moves, right? You would be hard pressed these days to show me a post player who has better post game than Anthony Davis. I know you say that he shoots jump shots or whatever because he can, but what I'm saying in terms of just pure post moves, you'd be hard pressed to tell me someone who has a better repertoire of post moves. I think
no matter what post moves he got, if he ain't gonna do them, that's what I'm saying.
Listen, what I'm telling you, bro, Anthony Davis is way too skilled for Nurkic to be the reason why he won't. If he just falls off in the fourth, that's one thing, but it won't be because of Nurkic, though, bro.
We'll see.
You put a lot of stock in Nurkic, though, bro. I've never heard anybody like
Anthony Davis is not going to guard him. That's what I said. I'm not. Okay, that's all I said.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Ace. The same way that people say, and I can admit that I was hating on James Harden a little bit. You be hating on Anthony Davis, bro.
I ain't hating on Anthony Davis. I'm going off of what I see, bro. You just be saying stuff because you say stuff. I'm going off what I see.
I go off of what I see with James Harden, and I can admit that I be hating.
Charles, it's facts. 2 times that Anthony Davis has went off in the bubble. Twice. That's it. Out of 8 games, 2 times. Stop, bro. It's facts. I'm not talking nothing but facts.
So you're basing your whole opinion about Anthony Davis's whole season off of 8 games.
Yeah, I am. Because
that's where.
Let me show you why. Let me show you why. You yourself just said that the Lakers is the only team that didn't get better. So you're judging that off of what you see.
I didn't judge. No, I'm not. I'm not judging. I'm saying the Lakers as a team didn't.
It's the only team that didn't get better in the bubble.
No. I'm saying. No, it's not the same thing.
How's it not the same thing? You said that every other team got better.
Every other team got better. What I'm saying is that
you're judging that off of what you saw in the bubble.
What I'm telling you this is that Anthony Davis is better, right? LeBron to me is better because they're different. They're both more different now. What I'm saying by the Lakers not getting better, I'm saying collectively, the other players outside of the 2 core players, I think they're going to do what they're going to. Listen, you asked me, I'm trying to explain to you what you asked me what I meant. I'm trying to tell you. What I'm saying to you is this, though, man. Anthony Davis may get out here. When I say that Anthony Davis didn't get better, Anthony Davis has had some bad games, but Anthony Davis is in self-check. But there's nobody that's just shutting Anthony Davis down.
I've never once said anybody was shutting Anthony Davis down. Go back and pull the tape. I didn't never said Nurkic was going to shut him down. So that's what I'm saying. Go pull the tape because I know what I said. I said Anthony Davis is not going to guard him. That's what I said. So again, I'm going off of what you said. You're saying the reason why the Lakers didn't do well in the bubble is
Anthony Davis is going to guard him
well in the bubble is because of the fact the 2 best players on that team didn't show up.
Anthony Davis is going to guard him, bro.
Okay. That and like I said, we'll see.
But my thing is that listen, I've seen Nurkic play enough to where, and I'll tell you what Anthony Davis is going to do. Anthony Davis is going to go ahead and he's gonna take him outside the paint and he's gonna blow past him. That's what he's gonna do. And then when he wants to post him up, he will, but he's fast enough to get around him. And that's why I'm just like, bro, I'm like,
you're misinterpreting what I'm saying. I didn't say Anthony Davis did not have the skill to do everything that you're saying that he's doing. He just ain't man enough to do it, bro. He has not shown anything in the bubble except for 2 games that he was doing something. So until I'm not from Kansas, but he got to show me.
I'm not, and it's not even Kansas, bro. It's Missouri, homeboy.
Them too.
Hey, listen, my thing is that I'm not gonna sit there and say you're Canon Anthony Davis off of these 8 games when I think that when it really comes down to it is I think that the Lakers' motivation only was to make sure they got the number 1 seed. They got it, and I think they fell back.
I think that a lot of people have entirely too much stock in the Lakers being able to turn it on. That's what I'm saying. That's bottom line what I'm saying.
I don't even think the Lakers are going to turn. I'm like this. The only person on the Lakers that has showed me that they're capable of turning something on is LeBron. Right. And my thing is that I don't think that the Lakers' motivation was to say we're going to go out here and win all 8 games. Once they got the number 1 seed and they beat the Clippers, I think that they were good. I don't think that they were trying that much harder than that.
Okay,
that's all I'm saying. But at the end of the day, but here's the Lakers' problem. Here's the problem with the Lakers because I told you it's gonna have to be like I'm saying for you to clean it for me, and this is the Charles Venus theory of playoff basketball, right? You got to have 2 30s and a 20. So you got to have 2 guys that can give you 30 points, and then your 20 has to be consistent. So who is going to give you 20 points consistent? And the problem with the Lakers is that their 20-point person is probably going to be Kuz. And so now I think that you got to play Kuz. You got to start him now if KCP isn't there. And so it's like, if Kuz is going to be your guy, he's going to have to get 20 points every game. And my thing is that is it going to happen? I don't know. 20 may, and when I'm saying that, Kuz may give you 20, but if he plays a full game enough to give you 20, he's going to give up 20. So he's going to balance himself out. I just think that either way, I look at every team and I think, who can give you 30 and then who can give you 20? Two 30s and a 20. And here's the crazy part. Of all the teams, oddly enough, the only team that I can think of that will definitely give you 2 30s and a 20 is the Rockets.
And here's the thing. Here's Ahmad Kennedy's rule of playoff basketball. If a team has 2 superstars, you only have to stop one. So my thing is that the key for Oklahoma is to stop James Harden. That's it. Just disrupt his game. Only allow him to get 30. Don't let him get no 40. Don't let him get 50. Because Russell Westbrook, as much as I love Russ, as much as he's the best player in the league, that's it for them.
So listen, bro, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm hopeful for Oklahoma, but I'm gonna tell you this, and I can almost guarantee this. You ready for this?
I'm listening.
If Russell Westbrook and James Harden both average 30 points apiece in the playoffs, Oklahoma's going to lose in 6 games rather than 1. If they both average 30 points.
They're not. And here's a beautiful thing about Oklahoma. It was a blessing in disguise. Is because Schroeder hadn't been there, and so now that Schroeder is back, and he's getting his reps tonight, it's gonna free up Shea to get his normal consistency back, because he had to shelve a lot or put a lot on his back when Dennis was out, and that wasn't his game. So now that he'll be back in his normal flow, I think our rotations will be good, because I know Chris is out with a sore thumb or something, and Dort is out with his knee. So we can get everybody back healthy, man. And we play Thunder basketball, tight defense, go back to how we played that first game in the bubble, man. I think we'll be straight. So
Eric Gordon should be back. Eric Gordon should be back for the playoffs. He's the 20-point. That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand everything that I understand what you're saying, but my concern, like I said, with this NBA, with the way the NBA is played now, and I'm gonna go ahead and reach out there and say that you can go out and probably check the last 5 years, right? You're gonna have to have them 230s, as close to 30s as possible, right? As far back you can check, let's say the last 5 years, it's 30s, right? Close to 30s as possible. And I just wonder who from Oklahoma City, 2 players that are going to they're going to have to average now. They're going to have to average close to 30 points for an entire series. And for the most part, they're going to have to average 30 for the entirety of the playoffs, right?
The thing that Oklahoma has been doing, we've been having at least 5 players in double digits, bro.
That's fine for the regular season, bro. Okay. But at the end of the day, because here's the thing, Toronto did the same thing, right? But Kawhi averaged about 30 when it counted. Siakam averaged close to 30, high 20s, right? And then you had Van Fleet, and you had all the other boys that was out there doing their thing as well. But what I'm saying though, man, is that in the playoffs, though, right? It's different when you're doing it in the regular season, because in the regular season you're playing against different teams, boom, 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 boom. But when a team is scouting you for 7 games and they're looking at all of your tendencies and everything like that, and they can coach situational basketball, you just have to steal that. Oh, I got 6 players on my team that can average 10 points, and you playing 12 players every night. All of that goes out the window to where you're really playing 9 to 8 players. And then of that 9 to 8 players, How many of those are going to be? If somebody has to get you 30 and 30, bro.
Gallo's gonna score. Chris is gonna score, and Dennis is gonna score.
30. That's. I'm watching. Just watching. I tell you.
I'm gonna watch. I understand what you're saying, bro. But here's the thing. It's next week. I ain't arguing with you. It's next week.
No, but what I'm saying is that what you're saying, right, about how Oklahoma City is constructed and how they score their points. I think that would have been great 6 years ago, right? But now that defense is optional, right? Now that teams were okay with letting you go past you to score so that they can put up their shot attempts. It's like if offense really wins games, then that's what I think, that the way that Oklahoma is constructed with Chris Paul being their superstar, then it's like somebody else got to get you 30, bro.
I'm telling you, bro, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
That's what it's going. I'm saying that's what it's going to take. So my concern, though, is that Oklahoma, like you know Thor or Lore, whoever the guy is. I don't know who he is. I'm not familiar enough with every player on their roster and their stats to know.
That's why I'm not arguing with you, because you don't know everybody on the team like that. That's what I'm saying. You ain't been. What I'm saying is we watch games differently, and you analyze it the way you analyze it,
right?
Analyzing the way I analyze it, and that's the thing. We ain't got to argue about it because it happens next week, and then we can come back on the pod and see who was right. That's all we got to do.
That's what we're gonna do. But here's the thing, though. So on the West, though, right? So I think that's the concern that I have. But then let's just say if Oklahoma City does get past the Rockets and they get past the Lakers or whoever, right? Then I'm just sitting here thinking like, all right, well, you know what? They're going to have to either play against the Clippers or they're going to play against the Nuggets, right? And to be quite honest, I can see them beating the Nuggets as well. It's hard for me, though, to picture them.
I would much rather play the Clippers than the Nuggets.
You think so?
Yes. Listen, here's when it comes to the West, right? It's matchups. It's like that year when it was Golden State, Oklahoma City, and Cleveland, right? And they was like, well, who could win? And obviously that year, that was the year that we was up, and then we lost. We was up 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah. Could have beat Golden State, but I still think Golden State could have beat Cleveland. What I'm saying is everybody could have beat everybody. It's a matchup thing. It's something about Memphis and it's something about Denver that we struggle with. And so my thing is that like the Clippers, we always have very close games with them because it's a matchup thing. Like it's just how it is. I can't explain it other than if you, and I understand the playoffs is different from the regular season, but at the same token, we just got to stop PG gonna get his points, but we just got to stop Kawhi.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. If I'm Oklahoma with my team, right? I personally would be more concerned with stopping Paul George than Kawhi Leonard.
That's the thing, though. Paul George, the way he gets his points, you're not going to stop that. Kawhi Leonard, you can frustrate him. I've seen him frustrated, and when he's frustrated, PG can't do it by himself. So I'm again, I know the personnel on the Thunder and what we're being capable of doing, and it's possible.
I think though, like this, the reason why I say that is because, dog, when I'm looking at Kawhi Leonard play, though, bro, I just think that I see Kawhi Leonard, dog. When I see him walk off, though, bro, that boy look like his knees is on fire, bro. I feel like I got better knees than Kawhi Leonard right now, right?
So I feel like you put a load on him to have.
Oh man,
then PG can't do it by himself. You said that.
Yeah, but I think though that if you eliminate Paul George, right, and you say I'm gonna make this game all about Kawhi Leonard and them knees, these knees gotta beat us, right? And while he's done, I just say you gotta prove it to me, because to me, I look at that and I look at, like, I give Kawhi Leonard props for winning the championship, especially with Toronto. I don't think he would have won it with a healthy, even without KD, a healthy Warriors roster. I thought they would have lost. But with that said, though, bro, when I look at Kawhi Leonard plays, though, bro, I just wonder for 7 games and by the time you get to the Western Conference Final, if he'll be able to hold up. And so with that being said, though, man, I think that if I'm them, Paul George got the pep in the step. He got the bounce. And Paul George, to me, still looks to get other people involved and make other people better. I think that I think that Kawhi Leonard's game is all about closing, finishing, scoring, and it's individual stuff, right? So I just think that when you eliminate Paul George from the equation and you say Kawhi is going to have to beat us on them knees, I think that that's your best chance. Even though Kawhi has a history of doing it, I'm just looking at how Kawhi's moving out there now, and I'm just like, I don't know. His knees got me suspect, bro.
I don't know. Like I said, ain't no point in arguing because it's happening next week.
I agree. But I am curious, though, man. But everything is up. I can see any team beating any team.
Yeah.
But
and you see Giannis he had to sit he was out of game.
Yeah, I thought that it was interesting because, you know, the league basically only suspended him the one game that he probably was going to sit out anyway so that he can be there for the playoffs. I think them boys are still conscious of, you know, hey, we got to make sure we get these ratings also, though, bro. So I thought that was pretty funny that he didn't miss a playoff game. Not the headbutt was crazy, though, man. Hey, that boy headbutted this man, though, man. And I was like, bro, I think that Giannis is like, you know what? I think that, you know, a lot of times, man, European players just usually kind of get labeled as soft. And I think that Giannis gets fouled a lot, though, bro. And I think that he was just like, nah, bro, we ain't going for that this time around, though, man. Y'all gonna catch this headbutt out here.
Yeah, he headbutted the crap out that dude, bro.
It wasn't that bad, bro. It was
the where he headbutted him at, though. It ain't even so much that it was bad, but it ain't like Giannis is no little dude, bro.
But he leaned into him like this. It wasn't even like he did this.
All right, I'm gonna headbutt you like that when I see you next time.
I already bust your head with a chair, bro. I'm saying we know how it gets down. Listen, but it wasn't like he wound his head up first, came from all the way back here, and then headbutted him. He just leaned into him, though, bro. I was like, bro, you kind of overact. It wasn't that bad. That's the reason why I think he only got one game, though, bro. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm tripping.
Yeah, you tripping.
I you know, I've been told that a time or two, though, man. Hey, man, it's time to get on out of here, man. What you got going on this weekend?
Man, I'm supposed to have some date night tomorrow, and then obviously Sunday, and then of course told you Deuce got the game tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow, man. I'm just trying to make it through the night. Your boy over here struggling, but definitely about to get off of here and go feed the family, and then yeah, that's about it, bro.
Man, I think that this weekend it's been raining here. You know what? I'm mad, bro, because ever since I put these wheels on Billie Jean, though, man, it's been raining like every other day, bro. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, bro, these boys will not let the boy flex on them for nothing. I'm talking about it's rain like every other day. So it's supposed to rain again this weekend, though, man. I think I got a little tinkering on Billie Jean I might do, but for the most part, though, man, because it's gonna be raining, though, man, I don't think I'm gonna be doing too much of anything, which also means that it's gonna give me more time to kind of keep fine-tuning this here project. But yeah. I know immediately after this, I got to get on here and see what's up with this video and why it's not it's not going on. Yeah, but I'm putting that out ASAP, so that is gonna be the highlight of my weekend. But starting today, though, right now, I'm trying to go ahead and do that as soon as we hop off here, though, man.
That's what's up, bro.
Hey, Slash Brothers, man, I appreciate y'all for jumping in these comments. And always, man, I appreciate the love. I'm excited about these playoffs that's going to be happening. Hey, jumping in. I'm going to have to go back into the comments also. I always like to go ahead and peep in and see what everybody else is talking about on here, though, man. But, hey, Slash Brothers, man, we out this thing. One love, y'all.